Hello, that's not focused. This is Priscilla Batzell. I'm in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio. That's a 12 by 24 inch canvas that I put a layer of Artist Loft with Floetrol and GAC 800 in, although the GAC 800 probably isn't as important as I was imagining because it's so flat it doesn't matter. There's no cracking going to happen. But the reason I pulled this dish out and that card out is because I want to draw with the card and some Meeden Black paint, which is very black. It doesn't usually take very much. I want to put marks on my canvas and leave some white space behind. I haven't tried exactly this before, and I expect it to be a background, but you never know what could happen. I'm just going to have some fun. I didn't put enough black paint down. And as you can see, I'm sort of making geometrics, although I think I just changed my plan with that last mark. I've got more black and more cards. So more black is going in the dish. More cards are getting pulled out. I think I'm going to go for a skinny clothing tag this time. That works a whole lot better. Now I've tried this before, but with way more random marks. But I think I am going to be using the organic quality of wherever the paint stops being part of the process. Because I like the way it looks. And who knows what's going to go on the surface of it. But I do have to put up with the little drag marks. I'm not sure if I should leave lines. I could certainly at some point in time absolutely bring out my toothy tool, but if I don't do it quickly, the painting will be dry. The black will be dry. So I've got a toothy tool. Let's try that right now. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I need my wet rag dish. Make sure it's wiped off. It might just want to be black and white. That could happen. It's certainly interesting. I like it anyway. I've got some Big Apple over there calling me though. That's red. I love how it drags out on the... It wouldn't be the same if it were a matte white canvas. I don't know if I like that curve, but I think I'm stuck with it anyway. I didn't intend on doing this, I promise you. And I'm surprised it's still so nice and wet. And I'm glad I did this part at this stage so I can add more black. Which is coming. I like using the residuals also. Always fun to experiment. I'm sure someone will be bothered by the fact that not all my stripes are absolutely horizontal or vertical, but this is totally an experiment. Makes me want some gold for some reason, but I think I'm going to go back to using the paint in my dish. And whatever this is going to wind up dry before I put any more paint on, I think. Not 100% on that. No promises. So you can give yourself the ultimate permission, knowing that it's just a stage in the process. And that's permission to fail so that you can move on to something else, more in the line of success. I'm not actually using a whole lot of black, just what sticks to the card. Kind of like the check effect. If you want a darker mark and you're not getting it, press the card down. Obviously, I'm still going to get gaps. But those are what makes it interesting. I was really tempted to use some of my gold, which is Atelier, gold cell activator, which is Atelier rich gold, and Pebeo iridescent bright gold. And I could still do the gold, but I'm not sure I want to do it with a cell activator. I definitely need some more black. Not a lot though. Looking for some kind of balance. And I did say I was just going to draw with the black card, with the black paint. I think what I'm going to do is try out the Indian spice and hope I haven't ruined a good thing, because I really do kind of like this a lot. Although it doesn't feel done to me yet. Every time I think I have enough black, I want more. If I'm not careful, it'll be way too much. Or maybe it'll be just right, who knows. But I kind of like to, maybe I'll stop the camera and let the black dry, because it won't take long, and then come back and do another stage. could square up almost everything if I wanted to. I can't get rid of all the marks, the drag marks. But I am beginning to feel like it's got something cohesive going on. Not entirely sure what that cohesive thing is. There we go. I think it's time to go back again. There, I lost my white. But I'll get over it. Because I suppose there's also the opportunity to come back with white later. Also. Oh, there's my first crossover. I was wondering if I was going to do that. Well, I'm going to let this dry. Put some gold out in a dish. I might actually just put some gold out in a dish, but I need to... Do I need to stop? I'm not sure. Just now I'm dipping the tool right into the dish. I keep thinking I'm sure I'm done, and then I just am compelled to add another mark. Well, my paint is dry. So I'm going to come back with the gold and see what happens. Alright, it's been 5 or 10 minutes and I let the painting dry, mostly. And I have part of I had a silicone sponge, like this. I took the sponge off the back, other than this trimmed piece. Anyway, it's got a little squeegee on it, and I'm wondering if I might use that. But the thing that I want to use is this little tiny piece of acetate card. And I'm going to put some blocks. I think I'm going to put some blocks of Indian Spice Prizm Pour in there. And see how it works. And depending on how I like it, I'll go on or I won't. So, even though I talked about the little squeegee, I started with what I started with, which was the piece of acetate. And the Indian Spice is pretty sheer, but it'll still be very, very shimmery and pretty. I don't think I'm going to do the Big Apple. Although, I'm not done yet, so it could happen still. I'd like a fairly heavy layer of this. I'm being called to other colors, like I want some turquoise. And I thought about using some white, and I still could do that. Use some white and stripe it out just like I did the black. I don't know how many of these I need. Doesn't seem like as many as I was imagining. I do like it on the black. I wasn't sure I was going to do that. I do like that. I'm not entirely sure I need to let that dry. I don't feel like wasting 20 minutes. So I'm just going to wipe out my paint palette, which is the bottom of a butter dish, and my acetate card, just in case I might want that. And I made some fresh white. Should I use white or should I use Chantilly lace? I'm thinking Chantilly lace. Oh boy. Well, a few places won't hurt. We'll give it a try. Pull out my playing card again. And is it long enough? And she left just one square of Chantilly lace. It was weird. No, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to make it heavier. And even though these are geometrics, you shouldn't get your hopes up and think you're going to be perfect. There we go. That's not terrible. Here's the place I want to put it, right here. I like having the residual. Doesn't seem like I need to use that much. I didn't leave myself that many places I could even put it at this point. I want a color. I'm really drawn to the turquoise. And in this case, I'm inclined to use the Pebeo iridescent blue-green. Sometimes you just got to take risks. Oh, that's a lot more than I need right there. Wipe my card off, get rid of the Chantilly lace. Well, everything should work that well. It's not very thick, so it spreads easily and it's extremely sheer. That makes me want purple. Okay, here we go with the colors. This is red violet. I think I have a little, but I added a little bit of diamonds and golden diamonds. And I left just a little bit of the Pebeo iridescent blue-green in there. I'm liking the sheerness of the colors. I bet they would combine well together. I can see I've already done that by accident. I've got Snapdragon, but I'm also being called to Egyptian Blue, or I'm not seeing the Egyptian Blue, but I know it's here. I'm sure it's here. But the Blue Velvet, if I see the Egyptian Blue, I might go there anyway. I could also do the Indigo Violet. I think this would be kind of cool if you put these colors into a dish and dipped a card. Not as sure about the Pebeo iridescent blue-green as I was once. I have a color that I'm always a little nervous about using with darks, but I guess the white background will help, the Burmese red. I want some of this Snapdragon. I'm just going to keep trying colors until I figure it out. It's like one long experiment that I could come back with white later and fill in or fix. I'm going to leave the texture of the canvas there, even though I know it's not the canvas. It's the background. The Artist Loft white I started with. I really do want that Egyptian blue, and it has to be here. That's so strange. Alright, evidently I'm not supposed to use it. So let's just go for the Blue Velvet. Which makes me want some orange. But I'm going to finish with the Blue Velvet first. I think. I ought to leave my marks less perfect because the black is less perfect. That has some balance to it. I'm happy with that. It still hasn't made me want to put any red in there yet, but I bet if I did put red in there, it would pop. That was an overlap. That's a first of its kind. I really do want some orange. Which may or may not be followed with, oh, maybe not that orange. We'll see in a minute. The saffron is what I love. Doesn't work over the black, it doesn't look like. Yeah, I never do that, but I did it that time. I filled in with my finger. That makes me want some sour lemon, which is not open, but it looks like the plug will be easy to get rid of. Said hopefully. Well, for the most part anyway. Sometimes if I have a little plug left, I don't mind because it keeps the paint from coming out too fast. It's like coloring. I I want more saffron. Unfortunately, if I want more saffron, I'm going to have to put up with... Where's that smaller? There we go. Found my small card. Perfect. I could still come back with the white, but I'm not sure about that yet. I think if I do come back with the white, it's going to be after it dries. I'm not sure how much more I need. Maybe a little tiny bit more. Pebeo iridescent blue-green. Which makes me wonder what Fandango would be like. Oh, I think I'm going to like that. I got to be careful of this one. This is one of the ones I widened the mouth on. Yeah, I think I'm going to love that. I hope I'm right. I think a little more saffron. Darken up the mark I've got. Use my leftover residual in that place I stuck my finger in. It's kind of cool. I'm not hating it. Get my saffron off the card. I kind of like the dots. I could still do that. I don't have any purple other than this purple, and I have other purples I like. Well, I did use the Burmese ruby. I guess that does count. But it's either the, yeah, it's either or. No, it's probably both. The indigo violet. This is a African violet, which is a fabulous color. Just complements everything. I've got a couple minutes. And I'm wondering about stopping and starting again, but I'm also interested in keeping on going. I've got some frostbite with ultramarine blue and a dot of red. Very sheer, but it's very contrasting to everything else we've got here, so that's kind of cool. And the sheer colors would be really easy to cover if I wanted to do that. I'd like a heavier layer. I'm taking my chances not resetting that timer. So I'm just going to do that, make sure that if I think I'm done in 2 minutes, I can tell you guys stuff. Like I do sell my artwork. I'd like to sell my artwork. It'd help me make more video tutorials. If you want to help me make video tutorials, make sure you know that there's a Patreon, excuse me, a PayPal, not Patreon. Patreon somewhere, but I'm not sure where. This is the Indigo Violet. The Patreon icon is somewhere, but the PayPal icon is on the bottom right-hand corner of my YouTube channel banner. And if you'd like to help and get benefit, other than my eternal gratitude, oh, I like that. There's becoming a member, which is $9.99 a month, and you get access to like 140, 150 members-only videos. That's coming pretty close to what I want to do. Please give me a thumbs up if you think of it. I would appreciate that very much. I want something more red, and I haven't used any jasmine yet today, and I want to right now before we're gone. So what else should I tell you guys? Please share my videos if you have a mind to. I think a little will go a long way of this. Jasmine is a primary element. You will find the colors listed underneath the video. Boy, that stole the show right there. Definitely needs some more to balance that out. I hope I don't think it was a mistake. This area up here is still bugging me. It doesn't look like anything else. Alright. I'm just going to be back in a minute since I'm not done fiddling. Okay, so now I have to think about this one area, which I kind of like because it's different, but it's also keeping my eye in a strange place. So I'm going to take a little bit of paint on my finger, run it right along that edge for a start. And then I'm going to think about it for a second before I do anything rash. Put a dot and another dot and find a spatula. And fill it in. I'll just use my silicone mat, give myself some more paint, facilitate time. That's a Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula. It's on my Amazon link, which is on the link tree, which is underneath Show More, underneath the video. It's right near the Colourarte and Pixel Paint Designs coupon codes. Colourarte is 20%. It's usually optional. I mean, there are other options. It can be more, so it's worth checking every time. The colors I'm using will be listed under the video. That bothers me a lot less. And if I wanted to, I could use that spatula to put in some extra texture, which I kind of like, so I think I will do that. Right in my dish again. Anywhere where it's kind of bothering me that it's looking a little more messy than less. Fortunately, if you blob, which I just did, it's no big crime if it's already blobby. You can do all kinds of things with these little spatulas. And I think I should. Including fix my edge if I wanted to. Just run its bead right along it. Alright, so where else? I want to go diagonally. That's just crazy. That means I should do that in a bunch more places. Or maybe just a couple. I'm not hating what I've got. I think there's someone in the hallway wondering if I'm recording, and I am. If they were wondering, I'll let them know right now. Add some more paint to the edge. So what should I tell you guys? I have 30 lists that are all findable right now. Playlists. And they're not that easy to find by going to YouTube anymore, but I've got them all saved. All the links are convenient and handy for me to share with you. 1 through 30. And they're also organized by topic and genre. I'm trying to embrace my messy and allow all the organic looking little things to stay, but it's so hard. It's really hard. I think I'm pretty well done, and I like it a lot. And I get to take my time because I've got editing now, and I can merge things and flip them around so you can see them right side up. This is bugging me though. You know what? That's got to go. That's where those leaned in a curve. I don't know why they bugged me so much, but they did. I know, you can't trust me. As soon as I say I'm done, it doesn't mean anything. It means if I see something else and I want to do it, I will. Well, fortunately, if I don't like something, I can always go back in with a Q-tip. Okay, so whatever I haven't told you, you'll probably see in another video. But basically, if you look on the link tree, you'll find a couple of my websites. My 2 books are on the Amazon link, where if you shop there, it's at no added cost to you, and it helps me out. Not many people do it anymore, and I'd really appreciate it if you did. You can shop anything on Amazon starting at my link, and a tiny little increment goes in my direction, but it takes a while to get to me, so there's a minimum balance required to get paid by Amazon, which is fine. So what have I forgotten? My email address is easpb and the word gallery spelled out at gmail.com. I'm going to try and shimmer this at you. And I'm a little out of center. I like the balance of the colors in the black and white. I like that a lot. It's a lot primitive as far as geometrics go, but it was fun to do. I'm glad you were here. I hope you come again. I got one little white spot that's going to bug me if I don't fill it in, so I'll fill that in after you're gone. Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, all on the link tree under Show More, as I may have mentioned. If you'd like to see any of my designs added to spring clothing, that's under the video. The Gallery, Society 6, Pixels.com, Far North America gear. And you can't find it there already, you might want to check because I have added a lot of really great new designs. You can ask me and I will add it. I think I'm not unhappy that I skipped the white so far. Could change my mind tomorrow, but I don't think so. I think we're all done. I love you guys. You inspired the heck out of me, and I'm so happy that you're here. I post 5 days a week, but on Wednesdays and Saturdays when I'm not posting fresh videos, I will let you know that there's a whole slew of favorites of mine, and I'll post them on my community board where you can find tomorrow's video if there is one, and leave me a comment if there isn't, and find the replacement video if there is one of those, and there usually is. My community board is a great place to stop and check out what I've posted in the past too. Questions are welcome and encouraged. So what did I forget? I do sell my artwork, and I do give lessons at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. Please share and watch longer, and your comments keep my morale boosted, and don't forget the thumbs up. I love you guys. Bye for now. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you anon. Priscilla out.